Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 10 battle in my gearing. I am in a division with clanmate Zuikaku and his radar Minotaur. We've got a battle on Okinawa, and looking at the teams, radar threat wise, we are looking at a Des Moines, maybe a Minotaur and Neptune, a Cleveland, and rounding out the destroyers, two gearings, a Grozavoy, and an Akazuki. This game, there's it's a game that honestly made me laugh more than anything. Um, I found this game pretty enjoyable. Not for the damage or anything like that, but just kind of the ridiculous stuff you sometimes see that turns out to be kind of cool in the game, and just figured I'd share this game with you, and uh, maybe share a game occasionally that isn't all super serious, and uh, you know, have fun with the game. At the end of the day, it is a game, and we're playing it. We should be having fun, and hopefully lowering our blood pressure and not having a stroke over our damn team or ranked battles or any of the other rage-inducing topics you see on the forums, or the different content being put out there for the game. Um, Generally, I play this game with my kids on my lap. I played this game with a 10-month-old, uh, my son, on my lap, and both him and his sister, they love to make the boats blow up, and um, you know, uh, my daughter, she's got you know probably 2,000 games under her belt, and it's just kind of a neat experience being able to share that time with your kids. You may see my mouse jerking around and that kind of stuff, or poor aim, and it's because my son's kicking my keyboard and throwing off where I really want to be aiming. He tends to kick the tray where my mouse and keyboard are when I start shooting, because he loves the DACA. That was actually one of my daughter's first words, was DACA. DACA, DACA, DACA. Still says it to this day, drives my wife nuts. But coming up here, this is the first thing that makes me laugh. Right there, I don't know if you saw it, my Minotaur starts single launching torps, and I eat one. Everybody says that the person that launches torps, it's always his fault for causing team damage. That was on me. If you're approaching a smoked up ship that's got torpedoes like that, in my opinion, um, you should either do what I did, and I'll be honest, I did that just out of luck, but I think it's a good practice. Pass that ship either on the backside of where the enemy is located, or be close enough that you're within arming distance of the torps. I had absolutely no way of really detecting those torps with what he was doing, because just the timing of me zooming in real quick. And actually, I didn't even see the first torpedo launch until I was actually looking for it in the replay right now. So that was just kind of interesting that, um, you know, hey, how often do you get team torped and not take any damage? My first set of torps, pretty much garbage. Uh, Everybody starts pushing up. I don't know if there's a destroyer or somebody's running hydro out there, but everybody pretty much speeds up, and the line of torps just pretty much passes behind everybody. Uh, Gearing pops up, and I'm just trying to get some shots in on the guy. I'm instantly kiting away, You know, I got a couple thousand damage on him, and he was already low HP to begin with. So, you know, every bit of hit points off a destroyer counts. Got some nice ping going on. Thanks, Comcast. But I'm dropping off right now. I see this Des Moines. He's kind of playing odd to me. He's not in the smoke screen, and he's just kind of juking back and forth. But regardless, I'm seeing that Suikaku he's back in here shooting, and eventually he's going to get spotted, and I don't want to see him get blapped by the Yamato, so I'm coming back here to eventually smoke him up. And I'm launching torps. They're kind of aimed at 3 different targets, the Minotaur and Des Moines with one set, and then one set of torps just on the Yamato, just because he's kind of being stationary out there right now, and maybe I can get lucky and land something on him. So at this point, I am taking the position. I'm going to drop smoke out here for Zui to push up and use, and I pick up the enemy Minotaur. And I'm just going to go on ahead and stop. Minotaur's detected right now. Gonna just start shooting at some of these guys. Not entirely sure if the Minotaur has radar or not, so that's why I'm backing up in behind this island. I think he's a smoke Mino, but at the time wasn't 100% sure. Thinking about it now, I think I did remember seeing him smoke up just once a minute ago. Land a torpedo hit on the Yamato, and right now I am trying to get some shots off on this gearing, and just want to point out that those types of scenarios, it's really important to be on it with your guns. I didn't get the kills there. My aim sucked. But a lot of times you only get that fleeting couple seconds to get a shot off. And when that happens, you know, you've got to get that destroyer kill. Otherwise, you stand the risk of him, you know, just playing the torp boat game, and you're gonna struggle to deal with this guy. Now at this point, I am radar detected, and there's a gearing on cap with us, and you know, we're kind of discussing right now where we think that this guy is, and I'm gonna push out and try to locate this guy. I know that last we saw the Des Moines was heading in our direction. So I want to, and the Des Moines pops up right there, and that's going to create an issue. I can't push out into the cap like I wanted to. He's much too close. I don't think that he's going to actually peek around the island, but it's not something that, and there's the Minotaur, and I definitely can't really pick a fight with that gearing in the middle of the cap because they're gonna nuke me. So I turn away, and I'm just gonna do a quick circle, and I'm circling to gain distance on these guys. I want to get outside their, you know, hydro range. I'm still gonna be within radar range, but I don't want them so close that they can shoot at me. Zui's radar comes up, and you know, this gearing, he was living on borrowed time, you know. For those of you that don't know, Minotaur, if you're detected and you have radar, you punch your I win button and you can counter detect whatever. Now I'm noticing this Minotaur, he's pushing up very aggressively around the island, and I can't get safe right now. I see torps coming in, I'm stopping, loading AP, and I'm going perfectly bow in, or as close to perfect as I can, and I'm just shooting as much citadels as I can into this guy, and he knocks out a gun. I'm gonna repair it because I need the DPM. He's not really going to be able to light me on fire, most likely. And between me and Zui, we both take out that Minotaur. Um, Amusingly, I actually did more damage to the Minotaur than Zui did. Um, Looking at the end plates, I did something like 28, and Zui did like, he told me like, 18, 19k. And I also out-traded the enemy Minotaur because he was bouncing his shots. Um, so that's kind of an amusing moment. How often can you actually say that you've had a enemy destroyer within 3 kilometers of a Minotaur? Not only did you survive, but you pretty much stomped the guy. So kind of another interesting, amusing thing that happened in the game. At this point, the game's pretty much over. We're coming to the end game. Zui gets detected by the Grozavoy. He's popping radar and just lights out. And at this point, this North Carolina is actually AFK, and everybody's just trying to get a piece of the prime rib they've got here. And what I'm doing right now, aside from launching torps and trying to get in range so I can also get some of the damage off this North Carolina, I'm spreading out to try to fill the difference between my my allies on CCAP and that North Carolina. And number one, when I'm shooting, I notice that I'm detected, and that gives me an indication that right off the bat that this gearing is somewhere within this 11.1 kilometer circle. He's somewhere down in here most likely. And that lets me refine my search a little bit. By giving up my position, I can also in turn start getting an idea of where the enemy's at by judging his last known location is here. Most likely he's been pushed out here by my team. And by taking this position, there's no way for him to sneak around. We're going to drive him straight into the corner of the map, and then he's either going to be detected by one of us, or he's going to get radared, or the game will end. And that's pretty much what was going on in my head. The gearing's detected. Trying to get shots out. At this point, everybody's shooting, and the hipper, he's the one that lands the shot. Hope you guys liked it.